A big priority for us at DoorCo is customer service, and by us having the ZOLLER on site, we can then provide a better service to our customers who then provide that to the homeowner. Obviously, we're given the challenge of prepping these doors. They don't want to be worried about what the prep is, they just want to go in, hang the door, and it be correct first time. And obviously, by us having that technology on the shop floor, we now have confidence that what we're making is correct. So DoorCo as a whole, obviously we serve the fenestration sector. We are massive in the industry. Obviously we're leaders in the UK, and we do that because of the sheer capacity that we have, the innovation that we have. So we had a lot of changes last year. It was a complete change round of the shop floor and how we actually do everything in terms of processes. Everything was working very manually. There was no precision in what we were doing.
So we've got 7 5-axis milling machines. We've got 2 beam saws and 2 edge banders. We're shipping out roughly 25,000 doors per month. So it is fairly high volume. In terms of quality, that goes without saying. We want to get our product out right first time, every time. So we opted for the Smile 420 Pilot 1 model with the optional upgrades of the power clamp and spindle and the autofocus. It's just how easy it is to use. So obviously you can just push a button, any operator can push a button on it and it will measure your tool pretty accurately. It's that repeatability side of it. It doesn't matter who does it, you'll get pretty much the same outcome.
Since we brought the ZOLLER in, it's just made everything a lot slicker. The setup times are reduced, our reworks have come dramatically down. The operators have confidence in what the machine's going to be able to do, and it's also allowed us to bring in offline programming. So we're doing 2 sets of tool changes per week. We would in turn be losing upwards of 3 hours. We're now completing that task in less than 20 minutes. That's adding capacity that we didn't think we were going to have, so we don't even have to factor in any downtime anymore for the changeover. When we first brought the ZOLLER into DoorCo, obviously it was completely new technology. When we got the sales team in and they actually showed us, they did a demo here on site and they brought a machine, they actually went through some of the tooling with us. The operators on the shop floor had never seen anything like it. And then when they're getting a label coming off to like 3 decimal places, 4 decimal places, they didn't realise actually had to set it to that.
It's really important that all of our tools are set up correctly across all the machines. We're changing around 10 tools per day, so if it's a 10-minute saving per tool, then there's 100 minutes there. So that's a lot of machining time, a lot of money that we were kind of throwing away before.
If we now went backwards and obviously we didn't have the ZOLLER on site, it would be a massive step back for us here at the company. We've moved forward now, we have got the faith in what we're doing, we have got the confidence in what we're doing. For us to revert back to the manual processes that we had, ultimately it would open up a world of problems for us. With us having a lot of PCD tooling, setting it the way that we were before, which was very rough, if the operator gets it slightly wrong, we're rushing into like a PCD tool is going straight into a door, not at the right depth. So it could be looking at taking a 20mm cut on something which maybe costs hundreds of pounds, rather than what should be taking a 1mm cut. We were using upwards of 3 or 4 sets of tooling a week on some of the machines. By us having the ZOLLER on site, it's meant that we can actually simplify all of our machining processes. Just by doing that has allowed us to upskill our workforce. It's made the machinists now actually think that just being close enough, that isn't really good enough anymore.
We invested in a lot of machinery, close to £1 million in total. And obviously the ZOLLER was part of that investment. It was kind of like the final piece that we put in. And once all the new machinery was in, we then had that confidence that we know it was going to produce doors to the standards that we were expecting.
At DoorCo, one of the things we pride ourselves on is innovation. One of the big pushes that we've got is we want to be a smart factory. It kind of stems from us bringing the ZOLLER in and allowing us to have the features that we need to actually progress that forward.
For any company that is still setting their tools using manual methods, I would definitely recommend going down to the ZOLLER showroom, have a look at all the different models that they do, look at the different options. I would definitely recommend moving over to a more automated solution like ZOLLER can provide.